Back away. Get your hands off of us.
Absolutely
Back
not.
up.
Absolutely not.
Let her go. She hasn't done anything. She hasn't done anything.
Well, this story has officially escalated. The Trump administration is now fully aware of what's happening in Worcester, Massachusetts. City Council member Atel Hajehai has been accused of assaulting, impeding, obstructing, using her position for power to pretty much cause a riot, endangering others, on Homeland Security officers and local law enforcement.
You can get her name afterwards. You need to back up, though. She's under arrest right now. You need to back up, please. What do you mean afterwards? You need to back up, please.
So now we have a ton of new body cam footage that once again looks terrible for Atel Hajehai, yet no charges have been pressed.
Lock it. Lock it.
Alright, we had Auburn on the phone. They heard what was happening. Do you want them to respond as well, or are we all set for now with our guys?
Okay, this is the first time we are seeing on body cam how many local law enforcement officers and vehicles are truly in the area. Now the question is, why are they all there? We'll get to that later in the video.
What was his response? I didn't get it.
Ice. Hold on. Back up. Get out of the street. Back away. Get away from the vehicle. Back away.
Now here's where things get interesting. Inside of the vehicle is the detained illegal immigrant. On the left side here is Atel Hajehai arguing with law enforcement officers. On the right, you saw a woman being pushed away holding a baby. Now let's continue and you'll see why this is all pretty chaotic.
Hey!
Stop! You're gonna get injured! Stop that! Stop, man! Stop!
You taking this?
Stop!
You're under arrest.
Stop right there!
Disorderly conduct of certain people.
This right here is the part that no one is talking about, and there's a lot of missing context. This vehicle was about to pull away, and this is her daughter trying to get in front of the vehicle again. We already have the body cam footage of everybody trying to block off the vehicle. The daughter was trying to jump in front of the vehicle to stop the vehicle, and this is why local law enforcement ran after her to detain her. The story is they're just arresting a random daughter. No, they were trying to protect her from getting hit.
Disorderly, disturbing. She sprayed me in the face with water.
Oh,
You
it was
get charged.
water. You have to back up, please.
Back up. You gotta back up.
You can get her name afterwards. You need to back up, though.
Now, here's the other part of the story a lot of people are missing. The reason why local law enforcement is even there is to try and calm the crowd down, yet you'll notice the crowd has turned on local law enforcement. And the complaint local law enforcement has, and Homeland Security, is that the crowd really started to get physical and very verbal once Atel Hajehai showed up on the scene and started being physical and verbal herself. You'll see that later in the video.
Please let her go. She's my constituent.
The people who are under arrest are under arrest,
She's
okay?
not. She hasn't done anything.
She's under arrest.
She's not under
Back
arrest. She
away,
hasn't
man.
done anything. Sean, she hasn't done anything,
Please don't
Sean.
play. Stop.
She hasn't done anything. Let her go. Please let her go. Let her go. She hasn't done anything. She's traumatized. She's traumatized. Why are you holding her?
So Atel Hajehai is saying the woman has done nothing wrong, yet we have on the body cam footage she's trying to run in front of a vehicle.
Back away. Back away from the car. Hey!
Stop! You're gonna get injured! Stop that!
Now, you will also notice Atel Hajehai on the left here has inserted herself in front of all of the officers, while the woman on the right makes a run for it, trying to jump in front of the vehicle, and you even hear the officers saying, "Whoa, what are you doing? You're going to hurt yourself."
Can we start walking?
Let her go.
You gotta back up, man. You gotta back up. You can't be up on us. Please, back up.
She's my
Please back up.
constituent. She's my
Okay,
constituent.
well, you
You're
can go to
holding
the station
her.
when she gets her bail, okay?
There, she
She's
has
on your
done
arrest.
nothing. What are you doing? Why are you arresting her? Why are you arresting her?
Counsel, you cannot.
Guys, back up, man. You have to back away. Back away. You gotta back away.
Are you threatening
Back
me?
away. Get your hands off of us. Back up.
Absolutely not.
Let her go. She hasn't done anything. She hasn't done anything.
Jesus, bro.
Alright, we can try to call the initial complaint back. Stand by.
Now look, let's be honest. We understand why a daughter is trying to protect her mother. However, the complaint from the police and Homeland Security is not that. The complaint is all of this chaos really started to pop off once the city council member was saying, hold on, she did nothing wrong. Hey, what are you doing? Get away from him. Started shoving people, started telling people, I'm a city council member, and you saw other civilians start to get in the middle as well. Nobody is upset with the daughter. Everyone is upset with the city council member.
Both trying to prevent ICE from driving off. At that point, neighbors and bystanders step in.
You do not have a judicial warrant.
Stop.
You stop.
You're supporting them. I'm not supporting anybody. I'm not supporting. They have the jurisdiction. They have not shown any jurisdiction.
Some residents are now accusing Worcester police of helping ICE.
You have the ability to stop them. No, we don't. You do.
The president of the police union says his officers only responded to restore the peace, but he adds people cannot interfere with an arrest.
I mean, you could see there's multiple people grabbing, pushing the ICE officers, including the District 5 city councilor, which is not acceptable. Regardless of someone's political opinion, it's never acceptable to jeopardize the safety of any law enforcement agency.
This is why this story is insane, and I have no idea how the city council member is getting away with this. Local law enforcement showed up to help the crowd, not to assist with ICE in arresting an illegal immigrant. They got there because there was a disturbance and a crowd that was forming, so they wanted to make sure nobody got hurt, yet somehow the police department became the victims of the city council member pushing, shoving, and assaulting them verbally and physically.
Move the child away from the vehicle, okay? You're endangering the child.
The video also shows Worcester police trying to get Oliveira's daughters and others to step away from the van. At several points, Worcester City Councilor Etal Hajii is seen trying to protect the daughter.
Don't touch her. You are hurting her. Get out of here.
When the SUV starts pulling away, one of Oliveira's daughters runs after it. Worcester police go after her.
You could also make a very strong case, as you just saw in that news broadcast, Etal Hajii could be in trouble for child endangerment or at least assisting in it, considering she was even trying to push away or block off officers who are trying to move the daughter and her mother away from a moving vehicle. This story, I have no idea how it's just sliding under the radar of national news because this is insane.
Aggressive ICE posture in this administration when it comes to federal immigration policy is horrific. It is not promoting public safety. It is promoting fear.
Now, Worcester police are asking the courts to drop the charges against Oliveira's daughter. No comment tonight from City Councilor Hajii, but city officials did today release new guidelines for municipal employees about how they should and should not engage with ICE officials.
Okay, so Stephen Miller is aware of the situation. He happens to be the White House Deputy Chief of Staff for Policy and Homeland Security, so this is in his wheelhouse. He actually reposted the new policy. We'll take a look at that in a second, and he said, Democrats are waging legal insurrection against the sovereignty of the United States. So you know damn well the entire Trump staff is like, what the heck is going on in Worcester, Massachusetts? And who the heck is Etal Hajii? And why is she getting in the middle of local law enforcement and Homeland Security? Let's take a look at this policy real quick, and then we have some other body cam footage of new angles. So this is the response from the city of Worcester. It looks like they're trying to make everyone happy. An executive order concerning local immigration protocol. We're just going to go at the very end. Basically, no one from the city, no police department shall inquire about immigration status, nor shall immigration status impact the treatment of a resident, victim, suspect, arrestee, 911 caller, or other member of the public with whom a municipal employee has contacted. Now, this policy basically echoes what the Massachusetts law is, where you're not allowed to investigate or to charge an illegal immigrant for simply being an illegal immigrant. It looks like this is the safest way to keep law enforcement away from ICE and ICE away from law enforcement. But this case is so special because law enforcement showed up not for the illegal immigrant, but really to make sure the crowd doesn't get too violent.
Officer, you can see your car and leave a tree on the way.
You signed up to help ICE. Did you not have the warrant?
They're coming.
Now, this angle is interesting. You heard the man say, "Are you here to help ICE? Are you here to help ICE?" They don't have a warrant. However, I do want to point out a majority of the time, ICE does not need a warrant if they are making a public arrest. However, they do need a warrant or some sort of permission if they're going to enter into an illegal immigrant's residence. This angle right here is a clear-cut image of Atel Hajihai holding the daughter, holding her in front of the vehicle while the police officer is trying to move her. In fact, the police officer is using very peaceful guidance and words. Please move, you're going to get hurt. Please, not being aggressive. Yet you have Atel Hajihai saying otherwise, holding her back. This is why people are upset with Atel Hajihai and not with the daughters. I also want to reiterate the police department wants to and has dropped the charges with the daughters. They're not upset with her, they're upset with the woman holding the daughters back in front of a moving vehicle.
Ma'am, come on. You guys been cooperating.
Made your point. You get it.
Officer, can you the woman with the cat?
Come on. Warrant. No, please don't touch me. Please don't touch me. Please do not touch me.
Now, the local police department is dropping a boatload of footage. In fact, we're supposed to be getting more footage. What we're seeing is that the police department was really put in a very odd position. They are not helping ICE by arresting an illegal immigrant. The arrest was already done. Now what they're doing is trying to isolate and move the crowd away from a moving vehicle, yet you have accusations of the local police department causing harm to the community or assisting in harm, and they're putting their hands on civilians, yet they're trying to isolate and protect the situation, moving them from the vehicle, as we can see in these new camera angles.
Okay, don't touch me. What's wrong with her?
You need to move back. What is wrong with you both? You have kids?
You protect your head. Captain, do you want them to respond as well as you This is the Worcester Police Department. This is the unlawful assembly. Order you to disperse right now is subject to arrest. This is the Worcester Police Department. This is the unlawful assembly.
Stop.
You're under arrest.
Stop right there.
Disorderly conduct and stir the peace.
Please let her go.
Back up.
You want to be back up?
Back away. You gotta back away.
Hands on me.
So those are the new camera angles we have from behind the moving vehicle and the sides of the moving vehicle. You guys can form your own opinion down in the comments, but the opinion of Homeland Security, of local law enforcement, Atella Jehai, somebody needs to either charge her or arrest her. That is why Worcester Police Department keeps releasing all of this new camera footage. We're supposed to get a ton of new footage as well. Again, leave your comments down below how you feel about all of this, but when you bring it all together, I don't see how Atella Jehai is getting away with a lot of this. Even if you just touch an officer, that already is assault or obstruction. And I do want to point out and give credit to the local law enforcement officers. They were as peaceful as you could ever be as far as what the situation was. People getting in front of a moving vehicle, trying to move them away, and a city councilor yelling at them because she's a city councilor. So yeah, I'll leave it at that. Leave your comments down below. Thank you guys for being here, and I will update you guys when we get new video footage and updates or camera angles. I'll see you all later, and peace. God bless.